Hi, and welcome to C1Risk training, getting started. Today, we're going to be showing you how to add users to your account. So you can add users to your account at any time. You can either provide C1Risk with a list and we'll upload them for you. But generally speaking, it's very easy for you to add them yourselves. And all you need to know, first of all, is that you are an administrator on your own platform. And you can check this out very easily once you've logged in. You can go to your little photo icon, your account here, and just click on your name. That'll take you into your account. And here you can see your permissions. And if it says administrator there, that means you are able to add users, and that will give you access to this administration tab right here. If you're not administrator, just reach out to support@c1risk.com or check in with your team leader, and we can get you the right permission sets assigned if you're authorized to do that. Okay, so once you've login permission as an administrator, you can go back into the platform then. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to this administration tab, and we're going to select manage users. And you can see we've got a couple of users in here already. And so just a quick note as well then, using the universal three dots, we can do a couple of different things here. We can add new users at any time, or for our existing users, we'll see that their status is active as an example. So you can deactivate that user and delete them if you so desire. So deactivating them leaves them in the system, but will lock them out, and they will receive a notification of this. I'll show you that notification in just a second. And you can, of course, reactivate them at any time, or you can delete them if you then want to. Again, you need to select them and then you can just delete, or you can reactivate them at any time. And again, they'll receive a notification when they are activated. And so I'm just going to activate, and then we'll be able to show you those notifications. All right. So to add a new user, what we're going to do then is we're going to simply go to add new, and then we'll start to populate. So we're going to just populate this very, very quickly. So by the magic of television, we're just beginning to fill this in. And note here, first of all, we have a type of user, internal and external, and that actually reports to the role down here. So if it's an internal team member, somebody within your organization, whether they're on your team or in a different business unit, so on and so forth, we have a number of different permission sets that I'll come to in just a second. If they are an external, if you're adding a vendor primary contact, not the vendor company itself, but the person inside that company that's going to be the point of contact for you, so the vendor point of contact, we're going to select external. And when we select external, note it automatically defaults to vendor. Okay, so we'll add them as an internal contact for now. And then we're just going to add their email. And then note, we also add a mobile phone number. We do need a phone number for multi-factor authentication. If you don't know the cell phone number, or or you don't prefer not to share the number of the contact, you can just put a generic, put your company's 1-800 number in here. And then for two-factor authentication, make sure you select email instead of SMS text. So if that number is not the actual number that you want to use and allow a text to go to, then make sure you select email here. And then if they report to somebody, you can add their reporting line here. And then lastly, let's go to roles. So as they're internal, we've got a number of different roles. And let's go through these very, very quickly. So administrator means that they have full access to the platform, including this administration tab. So they can add users, add asset types, assessment templates, so on and so forth. They have basically full admin rights to the platform. A manager, manager has all of the same permissions as an admin, except they will not see this tab, or they will not have access to this tab. So they can do everything in all of the modules, but they will not be able to configure the platform in any way. General then is what we would normally refer to as a light user. So this is somebody generally that's responding to a request. So either they're providing evidence, they could be an evidence owner, are managing a finding. So they're responding by providing a risk mitigation plan. They might be reviewing a policy, so on and so forth. So they have to be attached to some form of data or record in this system to be able to see it. Otherwise, they can't see it. So they don't have many permissions. And then finally, we have read only. That's pretty much stands for itself. Although one thing to note is a read only viewer can be somebody who can still provide approval. So you can set somebody up for read only viewing for a policy, for example, but they will still be able to participate in the approval process. Note that we have different price levels for all of these different user access types, and you can contact your account manager to better understand these. Of course, the administrator being the most expensive, and then each one of these is then just a fraction of the cost going down the loop. Vendors will only be able to see assessments that are sent to them and findings that they need to mitigate based on their responses to that assessment. All right. Okay, so that's it. So I'm going to assign Michael as an administrator. Then the last thing you might want to do is add their photo here if you have it. So I'm just going to drop in my image here. Here we go. And then we just click save. So once you've added Michael, now if you go back to our user list now, you'll see that Michael now is in there, and it automatically activates Michael, and he will receive a notification that will look a little bit like this. There you see it says, welcome to the C1Risk platform. Gives them their login information, their account name, their username, and a link to go to the platform to set their password. Similarly, if they have been deactivated, or as we mentioned before, they'll see that, deactivation notification here, or the reactivation notification again. Okay. All right, so that's it. So that's how you add users on the OneRisk platform. Very simple and easy. Thanks very much.